For nearly 2 decades, Ken Freirich has been immersed in horse racing, primarily as an owner through West Point Thoroughbreds. He acknowledges the desire to win is always a component of horse ownership, yet there are other elements of the sport near and dear to his heart: aftercare and providing programs for backstretch employees. As a result of his devotion to these causes and his incredible efforts to raise awareness, Freirich is the 2025 Allaire du Pont Leadership Award winner for Thoroughbred Charities of America.
So I was a racing fan my whole life. Having gone to Skidmore College, I got to see racing firsthand in Saratoga. But it wasn't until a charity auction at Skidmore that I ended up inadvertently winning a high bid for ownership in a racehorse through West Point Thoroughbreds. And that's how I got started. It's been 17 years and I've invested in hundreds of horses and it's been fantastic.
Freirich's love of horse racing is apparent, but his passion for philanthropy propels him in all aspects of life.
It's my mission in life, is to make the world a better place every day. I try to do it one person at a time, one equine athlete at a time. I think it's important to recognize that helping in any way is really important. And for me, I don't do it because it's fashionable. I don't do it because it's a tax deduction. I do it because I truly care. I want to make a difference in this world. As I've spent more time in the racing industry and had more time to dive in, I realized that from a philanthropic perspective, there was a lot of needs and opportunities. I spend a lot of my time now on philanthropy in a variety of different sectors all across the board around the world, but I recognized after talking to a lot of the CEOs and heads of nonprofits in the thoroughbred industry that there's a great need. And so I decided to take some action about it.
To say Freirich has embraced his mission is an understatement. The co-owner of 2022 Horse of the Year Flightline, the undefeated sophomore colt Ewing, and the 2024 Arkansas Derby victor Sandman has been highly visible on the sport's greatest stages, espousing his message and leading by example.
While I supported a lot of organizations for many years, earlier this year I had stepped up right before the Kentucky Derby. I was excited about that. I had a horse, Sandman, that was running in the Derby. But more important than the racing aspect, I wanted to do something for aftercare. And that was a first large effort they had done earlier this year. And since then, through Breeders' Cup and a variety of other direct donations, have really stepped up to support many aftercare organizations. And these wonderful, amazing, beautiful equine athletes are like family members. And I view aftercare as the after-caregivers. When your family becomes old and can't take care of themselves, or when they're no longer working, you don't forget about them, right? And so the after-caregivers play an absolutely critical role in the industry of taking care of these incredible athletes, and sometimes they have short careers, but whether it's retraining or finding new homes or turning them into therapy animals to help people, it's an incredibly vital role. And so as I've spoken and gotten to know more and more of the leadership across aftercare, I've become more and more motivated to continue to support it. So when it comes to goals for philanthropy in the thoroughbred industry, I do have some very specific goals. And one of them is to help change the culture of giving.
Freirich engages in his mission in a plethora of ways, including sharing his message through his music group and record label. Their latest single, I Wish, was performed at the Breeders' Cup.
Really, the goal was to spread kindness, positive messages, and bring the world together through music and make it a better place through philanthropy. At the same time, I started Better World Records with the same goal in mind. I write the lyrics for all the music. I also executive produce it, and I bring in different teams for each song to both produce and also sing. Music is something that is global, and through random acts of kindness, that's the goal. Just help lift the world up.
Despite the progress he has made, Freirich concedes plenty of work remains. He is, however, filled with hope for the future and concurs his goals, as well as those of TCA, are attainable by bringing the industry together.
So I'm very humbled by receiving the Allaire du Pont Leadership Award. It certainly wasn't anything I was ever contemplating or expecting. And I think for me, it's meaningful because it feels like there's been some recognition of what I've tried to do this year. And what I've tried to do was show philanthropic leadership in the industry, try to change the culture one person at a time. And I think if everyone can join together and plan better and give from their hearts like I do, then I think the industry will be better off. And as I've shared, I like to do that one person at a time. TCA is a wonderful organization. What I really appreciate about it is the fact that they're so comprehensive in the thoroughbred industry. Not only do they distribute grants and funds to aftercare organizations, but they also take care of the backstretch workers and other organizations to help market thoroughbreds. And I think that's unique in its regard. Again, what I like about it is it's so comprehensive, and I think that they do a wonderful job. 98 organizations this year were beneficiaries of their grants. From my perspective, I feel like they need more resources and funds. There's only a little over $1 million distributed this year, over 98 organizations. That doesn't leave a lot from my vantage point per organization. Now, I know these organizations are extremely grateful and they do wonderful work with the funds that they receive from TCA, but I like to see more. So I think, I certainly would encourage everyone to give more to TCA to help them give more away to these very deserving grant recipients.